His opponent telegraphed that one. This has gone beyond just being a match, JR. I think these superstars genuinely hate each other.
There's no love lost between these competitors, that's for sure. If looks could kill, somebody would be pushing up daisies right now.
And you've got to admit, that makes for a much more interesting match, JR.
It sure does. But I just hope these superstars can settle their differences in the ring and leave it at that. You're not going to get him with that one.
I've been looking forward to this match all night, JR. I can't believe it's finally underway.
This has been a hotly anticipated contest. And as far as I'm concerned, it's living up to the hype.
No question about that, JR. The fans certainly seem to be into it.
What a submission hold! Could this be a tap out?
It isn't. The hold can't be broken. You can't take this kind of pain for long. This match has the potential to be an instant classic, but I think these fans are too stupid to realize it.
How can you say that, King? How can you insult the intelligence?
He's going for the pin! He almost had the 3 count right there, JR. I think these superstars are getting some feedback from the crowd, JR.
Nothing wrong with that, King. That's what we like to hear. That went nowhere. And here's the pin. Boy, howdy. This Trevor Murdoch certainly isn't going to win any beauty contest. But that's not why he's here tonight.
And it's a good thing, too. He looks like he fell out of the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down.
You know, King, I hear he went into a haunted house and came out with an application.
That submission is locked in, JR. And this is a tough hold to break.
It sure is, King. And even if you break the hold, it takes its toll on you.
Yes, that was an incredible move. What strategy?
Strategy, my Oklahoma ass. That's cheating, plain and simple.
Well, if Taz and the ECW have a problem with that, maybe they should stop bringing trash cans to the ring.
Boy, I tell you, I never want to find myself in a fight.
We could have a pinfall here, JR.
Is that? No, only 2. This capacity crowd is making their opinions known tonight.
They sure are, JR. I don't care how tough you are, JR. No one can take this kind of pain for long.
You're absolutely right, King. We've seen many superstars tap out to this very hole.
Lance Cade has impressed me from the first day he showed up on Raw and won the tag team title.
That's quite an accomplishment, to be sure. I don't think that there's any question that his early success went straight to his head. I'm not his biggest fan, King, but I've got to give Lance Cade his due. He's a big, tough kid, a good competitor, and someone you can't afford to take lightly.
Well, I'm glad you can overlook your personal biases and recognize that, JR. I've always been a big fan of his, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him pick up the win here tonight.
these superstars are going to put each other through wrestling hell tonight.
They've already got a pretty good start on that, JR.
They have indeed, King. I don't think there's an ounce of quit between them.
Yeah, and that's where things get dangerous. If you're too proud to admit that it's not your night, you might wind up risking your career for a single match.
But at the same time, King, no one makes it up the ladder without pushing themselves to the very limit. It's a very fine line to walk. Sounds like this crowd's got something on their minds, King. Can his opponent kick out of this pinning predicament?
My stomach's in knots, JR. I know it's only a matter of time before Shane takes some kind of crazy risk.
You're probably right about that, King. We've seen this kid put his body on the line time and again, and we might just see it here again tonight. I'd say that Shane McMahon must be absolutely crazy to do some of the things he does. But considering his last name, I think insanity is pretty much a given.
Shh! JR, watch your mouth. If Mr. McMahon's listening to this, you can end up getting fired again. Here's the cover, JR. It looks like they've slowed the match down a little, and I think that's some good strategy right there.
It certainly is. I'm sure they're well acquainted with the old expression, fools rush in.
Is that why you always seem to be in such a hurry, JR?
I think I've eaten a little too much good.
Oh no! This is terrible! You can't let your opponent build this kind of momentum!
Well, all I can say is someone's been eating their vitamins and saying their prayers.
What does he think he's doing? He's just showing off for the crowd now.
He's wrestling the match his way. And I think it's going to pay off, mark my words.
I'd ask you who you want to win this matchup, JR, but it's been pretty obvious since the start of the show who you're pulling for.
I'm trying to remain as objective as I can, King. Quite frankly, I'd rather see a good competitive matchup than see a particular superstar win or lose this thing.
Oh, come on. Everyone knows you play favorites. You're always trying to kiss up to the fans by talking up whoever they're cheering for.
I've never been a kiss-up in my life, King, which is more than I can say for some people. I call them like I see them, and I'm flattered that the WWE fans agree with me as often as they do.
I don't know how much more of this I can stand to listen to, JR. You know what the difference between you and I-95 is? You can turn off I-95.
I think this crowd's giving these superstars a piece of their minds, King.
He's going for the cover, JR. That was like 2 7/8, JR. He's got to be carrying around a lot of frustration, JR. With a face like that, he couldn't get a date off a calendar.
I think twice about getting into the ring with this man because he's obviously looking to take that frustration out.
Climbing up the turnbuckle isn't bad. It's all the ways you could come down that hurt. Well, look at the size of him, JR. If you haven't noticed, everything about Taz is short. Not just his fuse.
You know it's not the size of the dog in the fight, King. It's the size of the fight in the dog. And Taz's bite is much worse than his heart, I assure
you. He's got his opponent locked into submission, JR. This could be it!
It could indeed. He might force his opponent to tap out right here.
Hey, you're stepping on my territory, JR. Just stick to the play-by-play. Man, talk about ugly. Trevor Murdoch looks like he ran the 100-yard dash in a 90-yard gym.
Well, that rascal's not much to look at, that's for sure. But there's nothing uglier about this man than his personality. I've never seen such a sour horse.
Oh, boy. These fans have got something on their minds, JR.
Well, they paid for their tickets, King, and they've got a right to say whatever they want.
So, JR, are you enjoying the match so far?
Yes, sir.
He can pin him right here, JR. And considering his family ties, that's a whole lot of money.
He's going up. This could backfire. A textbook reversal there.
I think that all goes back to his childhood, JR. I hear that when he was a baby, they had to put tinted windows on his incubator.
I'll tell you what, and there's the cover.